Don't you want to win? Be honest with yourself for once. You sit there scrolling, watching other people living the life you dream of. Deep inside your chest, there's a fire, but you've buried it under excuses, fear, and laziness. I know you feel it, that sting every time you see someone younger, hungrier, and more disciplined than you achieving what you once said you wanted. It hurts because you know it could have been you. You're not broken. You're not weak, you're just unfocused. The truth is, life doesn't reward intentions, it rewards execution. You say you want success, but your actions scream comfort. You say you want freedom, but you live in chains of distraction. Every second you waste, someone else is grinding, building, and stacking wins. Don't you want to win so badly that you'll sacrifice everything that holds you back? Don't you want to feel that rush of walking into a room and everyone knows you've built yourself, your empire, your life? The truth is simple. You can either keep lying to yourself or you can make the choice to win. And once you decide, there's no going back. Motivation is the most dangerous lie society sells you. People wait for the perfect moment, the perfect burst of energy, or the perfect mood before they act, and that is why they never get anywhere. Motivation is like lightning. It strikes fast, it's intense, it feels powerful, but it disappears just as quickly, leaving nothing behind. You can't build a life on lightning. You can't construct a legacy on something so fragile. Winners don't rely on motivation because they know it's unreliable. They wake up on days when their body hurts, their mind screams for rest, and their soul feels heavy, but they still show up. That's the difference. It's not about how you feel. It's about what you do regardless of feelings. Discipline doesn't ask how you feel. It demands action. And when you live by discipline, you take control of your destiny instead of leaving it to chance. Discipline is a muscle, and like any muscle, it grows only through pressure and resistance. The more you test yourself, the stronger it becomes. At first, discipline feels like punishment. You resist, you complain, you feel trapped by it. But over time, it transforms into freedom. When you train your body daily, you gain strength and health. When you work consistently on your craft, you gain mastery. When you save and invest instead of wasting, you gain financial independence. Discipline multiplies results in every area of your life. Motivation will never do that. Motivation can give you a burst of energy for a day, but discipline will carry you through decades, and decades of consistent effort is what separates those who dream from those who dominate. The reason you envy others is because they chose discipline while you chose comfort, and the results of that choice are written all over their life. Most people live as slaves to their emotions. If they feel tired, they stop. If they feel sad, they quit. If they feel lazy, they do nothing. That's why their lives never change. Discipline is the art of ignoring your emotions and focusing only on execution. The gym doesn't care if you're tired. The business world doesn't care if you're stressed. Your goals don't care if you feel unmotivated. Life only pays those who show up and do the work anyway. Discipline trains you to push past your temporary feelings and remain committed to your permanent vision. It silences the inner voice that tells you to give up, and it replaces it with a louder voice that says, keep going. That's how champions are made, not in moments of hype or adrenaline, but in quiet, unseen hours of repetition when no one is clapping, no one is watching, and no one is praising. Discipline is the most honest reflection of who you are. Anyone can talk about goals, dreams, and ambition, but talk is cheap. The real test is what you're willing to do consistently without applause or reward. It's easy to say you want to be rich, but discipline means skipping the night out to work on your project. It's easy to say you want to be fit, but discipline means dragging yourself to the gym when your body aches. It's easy to say you want success, but discipline means turning off distractions and focusing when no one forces you to. The reason winners are respected is because people can feel the weight of their discipline. You can't fake it. You can post quotes, you can hype yourself up, but eventually the truth comes out in your results. Discipline leaves fingerprints on everything you do, and the world sees it. The real beauty of discipline is that it doesn't rely on talent. You don't need to be born gifted, rich, or lucky to build discipline. Anyone can develop it, and once you have it, it becomes your greatest weapon. Talent without discipline is wasted potential. Intelligence without discipline is useless distraction. Even passion without discipline dies out like a flame with no fuel. Discipline is what keeps the engine running long after motivation has run out of gas. It allows the average man to outwork the gifted man who's lazy. It allows the underdog to rise because consistency beats intensity every time. Discipline makes you relentless, and when you're relentless, the world has no choice but to respect you. You might not win immediately, but you will wear down every obstacle in your path because nothing can stop a person who refuses to quit. People misunderstand freedom. They think freedom means doing whatever you feel like doing. But real freedom comes only through discipline. If you're controlled by laziness, cravings, or distractions, you're not free. You're a prisoner of your own weakness. Discipline breaks those chains. When you control your actions instead of being controlled by impulses, you become unstoppable. You wake up earlier than others, you work harder than others, you sharpen your skills faster than others, and that compounds into a life they can never touch. They waste years chasing feelings while you build an empire brick by brick. Discipline is self-respect. When you live with discipline, you're telling yourself that your future matters more than your excuses, and that belief shapes your destiny. Discipline is also the foundation of confidence. People think confidence is about looks, money, or personality, but the deepest confidence comes from keeping promises to yourself. When you tell yourself you're going to do something, and then you actually do it again and again, you start trusting yourself. That trust is unshakable. It gives you power in every room you walk into. You don't need to fake confidence or pretend to be strong because you know you are strong. You've seen yourself push through pain, exhaustion, and fear. You've built yourself with your own hands through the grind of discipline. That kind of confidence can't be bought, can't be faked, and can't be stolen. It radiates from within because it's forged in the fire of sacrifice and consistency. And once you have it, no one can take it from you. The irony is that discipline feels heavy at first, but becomes the easiest path in the long run. Laziness feels easy now, but creates the heaviest burden later. Every day you choose laziness, you're stacking more pain, regret, and failure onto your future. But every day you choose discipline, you're removing weight from your future self. You're building a life where opportunities open up because of the work you've already put in. Imagine two people. One lives by motivation, working only when they feel like it. The other lives by discipline, grinding every single day. In 5 years, their lives will look completely different. One will still be stuck in excuses, the other will be living the dream. The difference won't be talent, luck, or destiny. It will be discipline, and that choice is in your hands every single day. Everyone wants victory, but no one wants the cost that comes with it. The truth is, life will never hand you greatness for free. Everything worth having demands a payment, and that payment is sacrifice. If you're unwilling to give up your comfort, your distractions, and your bad habits, then you are not serious about winning. Victory belongs to the person who's willing to bleed when others quit, to starve when others feast, to grind when others sleep. Sacrifice is not glamorous. It's lonely, it's painful, and it feels unfair. But that's the point. The struggle filters out the weak. Only those willing to give up what they love in the moment for what they want forever will ever taste true success. You can't cling to comfort and climb to greatness at the same time. One has to die for the other to live. The world is built on trade-offs, whether you admit it or not. If you spend hours scrolling on your phone, you are sacrificing your goals to feed your distractions. If you spend your money on cheap pleasures, you are sacrificing financial freedom for temporary highs. If you surround yourself with weak, negative people, you are sacrificing your potential to make them feel comfortable. The truth is, you're always sacrificing something. The only question is whether it's your future or your comfort. Winners understand this and make sacrifices intentionally. They give up parties to work. They give up sleep to train. They give up popularity to pursue their vision. And while everyone else laughs at their sacrifices in the beginning, the laughter fades when those same sacrifices build an empire that cannot be ignored. Sacrifice feels heavy because it's immediate. Comfort feels sweet because it's instant. But greatness is delayed. It arrives only after consistent sacrifices pile up into a mountain of results. That's why most people will never experience it. They can't handle the pain of waiting, the frustration of giving without receiving right away. They want instant validation. They want to plant a seed today and eat fruit tomorrow. Life doesn't work that way. Sacrifice is the watering of the seed, day after day, season after season, until finally the tree grows. Most give up long before the tree even breaks the soil. That's why so few people win. The process demands years of sacrifice, while the world keeps whispering, "Take it easy." Winners ignore that voice and keep giving more. Sacrifice tests how badly you want it. Everyone says they want to be rich, strong, respected, and powerful, but only a few are willing to give up what it takes to achieve those things. You say you want money, but are you willing to work nights, weekends, and mornings while others relax? You say you want strength, but are you willing to push through pain while others stop? You say you want respect, but are you willing to cut off toxic friends and stand alone? The reason most fail is because they're addicted to comfort, and comfort is the enemy of greatness. Sacrifice is proof of desire. If you're not willing to pay the price, then your dreams are nothing more than fantasies. Talk is cheap, sacrifice is expensive, and that's why it separates the weak from the powerful. The loneliness of sacrifice is brutal. When you choose the harder path, you'll lose people. Friends will think you've changed. Family might not understand. Strangers will mock you, and you'll be tempted to run back to comfort just to feel accepted again. But here's the truth. Sacrifice strips away the unnecessary so you can see who and what really matters. The people who truly love you will respect your grind. The ones who don't were never meant to stay. Sacrifice clears the noise, sharpens your focus, and teaches you to stand alone if needed. That's why the strongest people are often the most misunderstood. They gave up the need to be liked so they could win. Victory demands that level of sacrifice. You have to be willing to walk alone through darkness before you stand in the light. Sacrifice transforms pain into power. Every time you give something up, you gain something bigger. When you sacrifice laziness, you gain productivity. When you sacrifice comfort, you gain growth. When you sacrifice excuses, you gain results. The more you let go, the more space you create for greatness. It's like shedding weight. You become sharper, faster, and more focused. At first, it feels like loss, but later, it feels like liberation. Look at any champion, athlete, entrepreneur, or leader. Their success story is built on layers of sacrifice. They gave up things ordinary people refuse to. That's why they live extraordinary lives. The more pain you endure now, the more glory you enjoy later. Sacrifice is not punishment, it's the down payment on success. Every sacrifice stacks into an unshakable foundation that no one can take away from you. The world respects results, not excuses. Excuses are free, but results are expensive, and the currency is sacrifice. You can't buy success with wishes. You can't beg for greatness and expect it to come. You pay for it with sweat, hours, discipline, and sacrifice. When you look at someone living the life you want, remember this: they paid the price you're refusing to pay. They sacrificed when you indulged, they worked when you rested, they invested when you wasted. Victory is nothing more than the visible reward of invisible sacrifices. You might envy their cars, houses, or lifestyle, but would you envy the nights they spent grinding alone while you were sleeping? Would you envy the pain they endured, the rejection they faced, the friends they lost? Sacrifice is what separates admiration from domination. In the end, sacrifice never truly takes from you, it transforms you. It molds you into the kind of person capable of holding victory without breaking under its weight. Comfort makes you weak. Sacrifice makes you unshakable. Comfort tells you to stay small. Sacrifice forces you to grow. Comfort makes you forget your potential. Sacrifice drags it out of you kicking and screaming. The truth is, every legend, every warrior, every champion, and every leader has been built on a mountain of sacrifice. Nothing else. That's the only road to victory, and the choice is always yours. Give up your future to protect your comfort, or give up your comfort to protect your future. One leads to mediocrity, the other to greatness. Only sacrifice opens the door to victory, and only those who pay the price ever get to walk through it. At the end of the day, the question is simple. Don't you want to win? You've heard the truth. Winning is not about luck. It's not about talent. It's not about waiting for motivation to show up. Winning belongs to the man or woman who chooses discipline when everyone else chooses comfort. It belongs to the one who sacrifices the temporary pleasure of now for the eternal glory of tomorrow. You cannot escape the price. You cannot cheat the process. Every great life you've admired was built on the same foundation. Relentless discipline and uncompromising sacrifice. That is the formula, and it has never failed anyone who was willing to live by it. So the choice is yours. Keep living like everyone else, trapped in comfort, distracted and forgotten, or rise above, sharpen your discipline, embrace sacrifice, and claim the life that is already waiting for you. The world respects only one thing, results, and results come to those who refuse to quit. Decide today, right now, that you will pay the price. Decide that you will win no matter what it takes, because once you commit, nothing in this world can stop you. Thank you for your time, thank you for your energy, and thank you for having the courage to face the truth. Stay strong, stay disciplined, keep sacrificing for your dreams, and never settle for less than greatness. God bless you, and may victory always be yours.